And cities across the United States are being forced to roll back aid to migrants as costs rise and border crossings remain high. It's had a lot of people's blood boiling in both directions. From Chicago to Denver, shelters are denying entry to families and in some cases even shutting down completely. New York City Mayor Eric Adams saying, quote, "There's no more room in the inn." We are joined now by Democratic New York City Councilmember Robert Holden. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, Robert.
My pleasure, Anna.
Exactly how much is New York cutting back?
Well, the mayor has a plan that he said they're only going to put the migrants, at least single migrants, up for 60 days, and then they have to reapply. But that's not going far enough. He should just announce we can't take any more. Like you said, there's no more room at the inn. But he should have said this a couple of years ago. This is, when the migrants can't work, and they're able-bodied, and they're sitting around, what are they going to do? Well, they'll panhandle, they'll do, illegal work, but they'll also do some crime, and we've had that. So many neighborhoods around the city are saying enough's enough. We can't put them up in our neighborhoods, and we don't want to have increased crime. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place here in New York City.
Yeah, no more room at the inn. And, some are saying that hotel rooms in New York are higher than they would have been because they're being taken up by migrants instead. The cost of housing all of these migrants, it's not sustainable, is it? And taxpayers are the ones footing the bill. Help us to unpack some of these costs. So we've got $68,000 is what the estimate is of a cost of an illegal immigrant. This is according to the House Budget Committee. That's $68,000 in the lifetime fiscal drain per illegal immigrant. Do you think that number is spot on? Do you think it's high? Do you think it's low? And what's attributed to it?
Well, again, that's not high enough because it's estimated, in a couple of years, if we can't sustain it, it's going to cost $12 billion, not million, $12 billion, because we're paying for everything. We're even giving them free legal service when they get arrested. That is unsustainable. And again, New York City has a budget. And we're not paying enough, we're not actually supporting our parks and our police, our fire, and so everything gets cut back when this happens. So $12 billion over a couple of year period is, again, unsustainable.
New York City Mayor Adams is pulling back on his welcome to migrants. Let's take a listen to this.
We are going to fulfill our moral and legal obligation to house everyone that enters New York City. That is what we have done, and that is what we will continue to do. Let me tell you something, New Yorkers. Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City.
I've been reading that the mayor recently suggested a decompression strategy to distribute asylum seekers across the country instead of just a few select cities. Could this work, or would cities be opposed to after seeing what's going on here? What are taxpayers going to say?
Some cities in New York State threatened to sue, and they are suing, so I don't think it'll work. I don't believe we should spread them around the country. That's just making the problem worse. I think, again, there's got to be a secure border. That's the answer. He should be calling, and he should be calling out the president like I did. I'm a Democrat. I'll call out the president. The president has been asleep at the wheel on this one. He's been for years, again, not secure. Why wouldn't you want to secure the border? Especially the city. New York City was the #1 target on 9/11. We're facing another 9/11 unless we do something. So the mayor, I'm loyal to my country. My party comes way down the list, for loyalty. So I'm loyal to my country. I want to see us survive, and I don't want to see another 9/11. So we all have to call out the party as Democrats and say, enough's enough. We can't deal with this situation. That, and the mayor's got to say that. He doesn't really call out Biden enough on this.
Yeah. Look, it's been 23 years since 9/11. Do you think some Americans have forgotten?
Well, some New Yorkers and my colleagues on the city council, many were in diapers or weren't even in New York City or weren't born yet. And that's how bad it is. So I remember 9/11. We lost a lot of friends, and obviously it's a situation we don't want to see again. But when you have terrorists, and there's 2 million people on the world terrorist watch list, 2 million. And with that border with millions of people coming across, you know there are terrorists in there. And it's just an accident waiting to happen. And again, Democrats have to, across the country have to really call out their own party on this.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.